some of the addition reactions will also have their own mechanism, no? So parang siya lang yung base mechanism natin. Kasi other reactions will also follow that or will have similar mechanisms like hydrohalogenation. Okay. So when we say addition reaction, one characteristic of this is your pi bond will be broken and two new sigma bonds are formed. So sabi natin, no, bakit dalawang sigma bonds ang nabuo? Eh, isa lang naman yung pi bond na na-break. Saan ang galing yung isa pang bond na na-break, Josh? Kasi 'di ba dapat by reaction kung ilan yung bonds na na-break, dapat ganun din yung bonds na mafo-form. So saan galing yung isa pang bond? So isang pi bond lang naman yung na-break dun sa alkene.
EXY.
Or isa nga lang ba? Okay, correct. So, dun sa reagent itself, no? So, the reagent itself, the XY, it has a bond and that sigma bond was also broken, thus forming two new sigma bonds. Unlike what we have discussed nung mga sa previous functionalities, yung mismong starting material natin, yung may active functional group, hindi siya usually nag-act as nucleophile. Instead, electrophile sila. Pero ito kasi kakaiba, no? Kasi we have alkenes as your electron-rich group. Therefore, they will act as nucleophiles. And they will react with electrophiles, no? So technically, hindi naman electrophiles. Basta something na merong partial positive, na kunwari yung reagent mo may partial positive doon, alkenes can react with them. So, we're done with this, no? It's very important to establish also that since it's a trigonal planar geometry, no, yung alkenes natin, the above and below the plane are actually electron rich because yung p orbitals nga natin na nagka-create ng pi bond through sideways overlap, this makes sense, no, na merong above and below the ring electron rich sila. Okay, so we have two fashion where we can add the reagent XY, no? So we can have the syn addition wherein your XY will be added on the same side. Tapos, anti-addition sa opposite side naman. So, we'll see later, no, dun sa mechanism na actually, both syn and anti-addition can also occur sa hydrohalogenation. Kasi nga, trigonal planar yung intermediate natin na carbocation. So this is the summary of addition reactions. Like what I mentioned, no, may mga variations yan, Josh. Parang ito lang yung basic natin na addition reactions. Pero pwede pa nating i-expand yan. Kasi nga, kapag kadating natin sa hydration, pwedeng yung sulfuric acid itself, alone lang, no? It can also react with your alkene. So, yeah. Okay, so we started with hydrohalogenation. The thing here is that since electron-rich C alkene and yung hydrogen halide mo, like HX, so HCl, HBr, and HI, they are polarizable. So polarized yan, no? Kasi nga, polar covalent bond ang nag-exist between your HX. This one can react now with your alkenes, no? So, with this, we treat your HX, actually yung isang part lang ng HX, ang electrophile. Sino yung part ng HX, Josh, na electrophile or electrophilic, which actually reacts with your alkene? Sino? Sino sa HX ang electrophile?
X. Electrophile H.
X ang electrophile.
H electrophile.
Dapat si H kasi nga electron-rich tong alkene mo eh. Correct. So, yung electron-rich na alkene, magdo-donate ng electron pair acting as Lewis base, no, papunta dun sa Lewis acid natin na electrophilic atom that will be hydrogen in your HX. And this can be seen in the mechanism. So, example lang ito ng addition reaction for your alkene reacting with your hydrogen halides. So, when it comes to ito, Ayan, nag-mechanism na tayo. Balikan lang natin ito. So, ay, nag-unstable yung net ko, Josh. Off ko lang yung video. So, mamaya mag-open ulit ako. So, ayan, when it comes to the mechanism, take note, Josh, na yung mechanism ni hydrohalogenation consists of two successive Lewis acid-base reactions, like what we have discussed yesterday. No? Ang sabi nga natin, the first step requires the attack, nucleophilic attack of your magdodonate ng electron pair si alkene acting as Lewis base papunta dun sa electrophilic atom of your HX. Dahil alam naman natin kung sino yung electrophilic atom dyan, that will be your hydrogen, no? The hydrogen will accept electron pair from the alkene itself. So with that, kakabit ngayon yung hydrogen dun sa starting material natin, leaving out your bromine, no? So, wait. Okay. So, leaving out your bromine. Pero yung bromine mo dito, hindi na lang siya bromine. It's actually bromide already kasi yung bond between HBr was already broken. No? So, ayan. Ito, ayan na. Binigay niya na, no? Ayan. So, broken na yan. So, and then you have this carbocation. Take note, your carbocation is your intermediate. Okay? So this happens during the first step. This is also your rate determining step. So it's also slow by reaction progress, no? And then after the formation of your carbocation, take note you have this bromide ion here, which is a remnant of your HBr. What can you say about your bromide, Josh? Ano yung property niya? Electrophilic or nucleophilic to? The bromide.
Mm, natak na yung ano pa, yung carbocation.
Yung bromide na naiwan. Ano siya? Sorry,
Atak.
yung bromide na ion,
Kaya nga, atak na pa yung
iwan
carbocation.
siya from HBr. Pero ano siya? Nucleophile or electrophile?
Nucleophile.
Okay, good. So this is a nucleophile. So take note, this is a nucleophile. Tapos, dahil meron ka ng nucleophile, it can easily react with your carbocation, fast reaction, to form your alkyl halide. So actually, the hydrohalogenation is the opposite of the hydrohalogenation na na-discuss natin sa alkyl halide. No? So we're forming here now alkyl halide. Okay? So going back dun sa ano natin, sa ayan. Okay. So going back dun sa previous slide, we also noted that exothermic in general yung addition reactions, no? Kasi nga, these two sigma bonds formed in the product are actually stronger than the sigma and pi bonds broken in the reactants. Yun talaga yung reason.
Bali yung
So
ano
take
pa,
note
yung-
of this, Josh, ha?
Yung tinignan ko pa yung, wait lang. Tinignan ko yung ethyl bromide na band. Wait lang. Yung tinitingnan ako eh. Tinignan ko pa yung ethyl bromide na band. Ba't mas ano siya, mas mababa yung ano niya kaysa yung mas mababa yung ano yung release na enthalpy kaysa yung ethyl na hydrogen band.
Itatanong ko sa'yo yan, bakit? Oh. Tingin mo. Uy, na-explain na natin yan. Na, parang na-establish na natin yan. O bakit? Bakit mas madaming energy ang nare-release kapag naputol yung carbon-hydrogen bond versus carbon-bromine bond? Right? Ito yun, di ba? Ito yung tinatanong mo.
Yes, abo.
Bakit? To answer your question. Sige, I'll
Mas
help you.
malaki si bromine?
What can you say about the electronegativity of the two atoms?
Yes, mas electronegative pa talaga si bromine.
And then what's about the electronegativity? Ano naman yung relation nun sa sa tinatanong mo?
Bond strength?
So, pwede ring bonds, in relation din sa bond strength. What can you say about the bond strength between carbon and hydrogen and carbon and bromine?
Mas malaki si bromine, so dapat mas malayo.
So therefore, what can you say about the bond strength?
Mas mahina siya.
Hanapin natin yung totoong value, ha. Bond energy.
Kasi nasakto lang po na negative 695 Kung mas malakas ng konti siya, let's say baka fluorine ba?
Ayan,
Baka
tignan
hindi
mo
na po
to.
siya
Ang
exothermic.
carbon, yeah. The carbon-hydrogen bond is approximately 413 kJ per mole. So which is around, ayan, no, 410. Tapos the carbon-bromine bond energy is
Tama,
approximately
412 yata yung nakuha ko.
275 to 276 kJ per mole, which is also near dun sa 285. So going back to your question, why is that the carbon-hydrogen bond, when broken, it will release a lot more energy compared to your carbon-bromine bond, the negative 285 lang.
Mahina.
So we started with establishing their electronegativity, right? So we noted that bromine is more electronegative, correct?
Yes,
Than
tama.
hydrogen? Okay, tama naman yon. So therefore, if that is more electronegative, what can we say about the carbon-bromine bond? So ngayon, kailangan
Mas
nating
mahina.
alamin yung electronegativity ng carbon din. What can we say about the carbon versus bromine? Carbon versus hydrogen, electronegativity. Okay. So which one, anong bond ang nag-e-exist between carbon and bromine, Josh?
Saan na yun?
Yes. Yes, Josh? Anong bond ang nag-e-exist between carbon and bromine?
Polar covalent.
Okay, correct. Polar covalent. How about carbon and hydrogen? Yes?
Pero
Carbon and
covalent lang
hydrogen,
yata.
Josh?
Mas electronegative si
Dahil magkalapit ang negativity values ng carbon and hydrogen, non-polar covalent yan. Okay? So if that is the case, which one is easier to break? The polar covalent bond or non-polar covalent bond? So yung isa, equal
polar.
sharing of electrons. Yung isa, unequal sharing of electrons. Most of the time, kay bromine, nakaseat. Yung polar covalent, definitely siyang easier. And take note, bromine is also larger, no? It makes your bond distance or bond length longer. So if that is the case, weaker yung energy, bond energy natin. So it can be easily cut, right? So if that is the case, mas malaki talaga ang marirelease kapag nabuo ang carbon-hydrogen bond dahil mas stronger bond ang CH bond versus sa CBr bond. So, yun yung reasoning dyan. Okay? So, different types of bonds, difference in
So
electronegativity.
kung mas mahina pa lalo yung, mas mahina pa dyan, let's say iodide.
Oo, yeah.
Pwede
Ibig
ba
sabihin,
pong
mas
mag-equivalent
maliit.
na? Or kasi mahihina naman yung positive
Hindi,
din
hihina din to eh. Hihina
Kaya nga,
din tong
mahihina
HI mo. Yeah,
Never siya magiging
correct.
positive mo.
Yeah. Hindi ako mag-i-speak ng ng hindi sure. General siguro ito, Josh. Addition reactions are exothermic. Kasi nga, nagkataon, 2 sigma bonds can be formed versus sa sigma and pi bond na nabe-break. And we know that sigma is much stronger than pi bond. Kaya, mathematically speaking, in general, magiging slightly exothermic talaga siya. So, hindi ko alam kung may reaction na nag-e-exist, Josh, na yung addition reaction might be zero or might be endothermic. Baka meron na yan kasi hanap tayo. Kasi in general, siya exothermic siya. Ayun nga, tama nga ako. Meron na to. However, some specific addition reactions can be endothermic. Hindi ko lang alam kung ano ang example. Hanap tayo ng around endothermic. Ayan. Ayan, meron tayo dito. Addition reactions to a pi bond of dinitrogen are thermodynamically unfavorable. So, ayun. Meron daw dito. Meron siyang specific example, Josh. ACS to na publication. So, ibig sabihin, ano siya? Endothermic. Kaso lang alkyne ang ano dito, pero addition reaction pa rin siya. I'll give you a screenshot ha. O kaya, I'll share this tab instead. Ah. Ayan. Nakikita mo na, Josh?
Yes, abo.
Eto, ano nakikita mo? Yung YR addition reactions. Ito na nga. Nakikita ko na. Tingnan mo, if mag-a-add daw tayo ng N2, dinitrogen, or nitrogen gas dun sa alkyne, unfavorable siya. Okay? So, slightly endothermic ang, ayun, endothermic ang ating N2 kasi 47.9 kcal per mole versus sa H2 addition na negative 42 kcal per mole. Okay? So yeah, may nag-e-exist na ano na kung ang tanong mo yung kanina, may nag-e-exist na addition reaction, Josh, pero endothermic siya. Okay, I hope I answered your question. Okay?
Abo.
Pero ano ha, generic to ha. Tama yung explanation just na in general, dahil 2 sigma bonds ang na-break, ang na-form rather, tapos isang sigma at isang pi bond ang na-break dun sa reactant site, generally exothermic dapat ang addition reaction. And slightly, ano sila, thermodynamically favorable. And take note, balik tayo dun pala, based dun sa ating mechanism, Josh, what can you say about dun sa inattack ni alkene, dun sa step 1? Sino yung inattack ni alkene sa step 1? Yes, Josh, sino yung inattack ni alkene sa step 1?
Yan ang. PH.
What can you say about the H? Excuse po. What can you say about the hydrogen there, Josh? Nung yung H dyan. Yung H dyan sa HBr or hydrogen halide natin ay electrophilic in nature. Thus, ayan. So, electrophilic ito. Yan. So, ito siya. So, this is your electrophilic atom. So, therefore, ang specific na addition reaction na to ay electrophilic addition reaction. Okay? Kasi the alkene acting as your nucleophile, nag-donate siya ng electron pair dun kay electrophile na hydrogen atom. Okay? Wait lang, very quick lang yun.
Diba?
Okay, ayan. So, electrophilic addition reaction ito ha, yung dinidiscuss natin. So, Ayan. We can easily also understand if we have electrostatic potential map, no? During the electrophilic addition. So, ang nangyayari dito, either above or below the plane of your alkene can attack your electrophilic hydrogen atom na nasa hydrogen halide. Tapos, you form the halide itself, no? Ngayon, yung halide itself, magiging nucleophile na siya. At the same time, yung hydrogen na nagdagdag, no? So, nadagdag doon siya doon sa isang side of your alkene ay yung other side magiging carbocation. So, since yung carbocation, trigonal planar ngayon, either ano no, sides of your carbocation can be attacked by your nucleophile na halide. So, either above the ring, above the plane, or below the plane, no? So, this can result to two possible products. We can have the hydrogen atoms, di pala, the hydrogen and halide atoms added on the same side of your plane. So, ito. Or, the hydrogen atom is added on this other side. Tapos, yung halide or halogen will be added on the opposite side. So, we have two addition products here. Anong difference nila, Josh? So, sino ito? Yung nasa left side, Josh, na product, addition product.
Left side. Yan o.
Left side. Left side na addition product.
Sis.
Si sis? Hindi naman to, addition product, yung the way your reactants were added into your alkene.
So, isa sa taas, isa sa baba.
Pero ano to, yung sa left side, nasa left side tayo, ito. This one. Ayan, ito. Yung HX. Ito, yung pantay yung HX. Anong fashion to? Na-mention ko na kanina, ito ay syn addition. Samantalang yung kabila, this is anti-addition or anti-addition. Okay? So, and then, I think we ended up with this one, no? Yung sa slide na to. Ay, what's happening? Ayan. So, we know that the step 1 is your rate determining step. So, therefore, siya ang may mas mataas na activation energy kasi siya yung slow step natin. Siya yung yung pag-attack ni alkene dun sa electrophilic hydrogen atom of your hydrogen halide. So, mas mataas ang activation energy niya. So, EA1 is much greater than EA2. Okay, so siya kasi yung rate determining step natin. And then magkaka-transition yan, transition state, and then we form the carbocation. So ito yung carbocation natin. This is your intermediate. Right? So siya yung intermediate natin. So we have now our intermediate, and then yung intermediate magre-react fast, no? So, kaya mababa ang EA2 kasi fast reaction siya with your nucleophile na nabuo, si bromine. And then, you'll have the end products here. So, ito na yung product natin wherein the HBr was added into our alkene. So, naging alkane na siya lahat, no? And then, slightly exothermic. Okay. So, ayan. Yan, slightly exothermic siya. Ngayon, Josh, ayun na pala. Ipapagawa ko pa naman sana sa'yo. Pero sige, dahil mukhang wala naman. Ayan. Back tayo. Ayan. So, with the mechanism, this one, can you show me the transition states for the two reaction or for the two steps? Yeah, for the two reaction steps. Ano ang transition state dyan?
Ayan.
Gawa
Carbocation.
mo ng transition state. Gawa mo ng transition state, yung step 1 and step 2. Okay, for step 1, oh, dapat yung isa diyan mapuputol din, dun yung pi band mo kasi mapuputol yung pi band eh.
Ano po?
Yan, tapos, yan. Okay, correct. Yung isa naman, okay, correct. Good. Yan, bromine. Formation naman siya. Okay, correct. So, check natin kung tama ang ano mo. Ay, ayan. So, dapat mababali to, no? Yung C double bond, yung pi bond, correct? And then, formation nitong CH bond, breaking of this HBr bond. So, yung mga partial positive, wag mo na lang to kalimutan, Josh, ha? So, partial positive yung magiging carbocation mo, and then, partial negative si bromine kasi magiging bromide siya eventually. Similarly, we'll have that sa step 2 naman, magiging partially negative si bromine kasi magiging CBr bond na yan, and then partially positive na yung carbocation natin. Okay? So, yeah, I think we're good with this one. I'll take a screenshot of this. Isa lang yung slide natin for this specific problem lang. And then, tapos we can go now to our whiteboard para masagutan natin to. Okay. Gonna share our documents in the whiteboard. Share complete. And then organic. Wow, nag-load na kagad yung ano sa end ko. Tapos, okay. Masyado pala malaki. Ayan. Oh, I think we can answer this na, Josh. I can answer 1A. 10 minutes na lang daw yung meeting natin, Josh. Pero rejoin ka na lang, ha? I'll answer 1A. So for 1A, I have what is the product form when each alkene is treated with HCl? So,
Chlorinated.
hmm. Pakita ko na lang yung mechanism din para at least masanay ka. Okay. Ayan. Sige, sige. Ikaw gumawa. Oy, bakit may chlorine na agad? Okay, correct. So, lagay ko dito yung hydrogen na nadagdag, ha? Okay, good. Okay. Okay. How about B? 1B. Ikaw sa B. And C. So, wala namang stereochemistry pa muna yung B. Pwede yan cis or trans, no? Okay. So, I assume dito na dagdag yung hydrogen mo. Okay, sige. Okay lang yan. Mm-mm. Okay. For C, so symmetrical din yung C, no? For yung number 2, ang dali pala nito. So, I'll start na doing number 2 para ikaw na lang mag-provide ng mechanism. Gawin ko na lang HBr para at least iba naman. Kasi puro HCl siya. Okay, so good. I assume nandito yung hydrogen. Yung hydrogen na nagdagdag. You proceed with number 2. HBr. Ginawa ko lang siyang HBr. So if you will take note, Josh, no, lahat ng examples natin currently ay symmetrical. Paano kung asymmetrical or unsymmetrical alkene yung binigay? Saan mo ngayon i-add yung hydrogen? Saan mo i-add yung chlorine? Right? Parang yun yung problem natin eh. Ayan, dyan. Pakita mo. O, saan mo din inad yung chlorine dyan? Yung hydrogen muna. Kasi hydrogen ang unang
Tama.
ma-add dyan eh. Hindi, ayan, dyan. Dyan sa number 2.
Ano pang gagawin?
Pakita mo lang kung saan mo i-add yung hydrogen.
Ano hydrogen ba?
Hydrogen, ayan o. Yung sa number 2. Where will you add that? Number 2, number 2.
Ah,
Keep doing. Ayan, keep doing number 2. O, hydrogen ang inatak mo eh. O, tapos, papakita mo na lang yung intermediate. Okay. Okay, that's your carbocation. O, asan yung hydrogen mo? O, pakita mo lang yung hydrogen, Josh. Oh, asan yung hydrogen? Bakit nandiyan yan? Yan, okay. Yan yung isang hydrogen. Okay. Ngayon wala tayong problem, 'di ba? Kasi wala kang problema kung saan mo i-add yung hydrogen, saan ko i-add ang bromine. Correct? Kasi symmetrical ito eh.
Oh,
No, not mercury.
tama ba?
That will be poisonous
What about
or
HF?
banned.
And
That will be radioactive.
potassium 108. Ah, lalagay siya dun.
Okay? Yeah, I think we're good, no? So, ilalagay ko lang, no? Highlight ko lang dito yung isang hydrogen. Ayan. Eto tanong ko ngayon, Josh, what if ganito siya? Ayan, let's say may metal dito. Oh, may tanong ako, saan mo i-add ang hydrogen? Saan mo i-add ang bromine? Can you predict? Ayan, ano yung product?
Hindi ko na po kaya.
Hindi,
Anyway,
i-predict mo lang. Sige,
anyway. Saan po ba na, ano
sige.
po?
Paano kapag may methyl? Ayan. So, saan mo i-add ang bromine? Saan ko i-add ang hydrogen? Tingin mo. Ayan. Ah, kasi HBr pa rin siya eh. Saan ko i-add ang H and Br? Tingin mo.
Sa baba.
So, sino to? Sino sa baba? Kasama ni methyl.
CH3, H lang.
Si H dito, tapos si H dito, right? Tapos ito nandito yung bromine. Tama? Or
Yes, opo.
actually, ito yung pwedeng product, another product din, right? Ay, ang pangit. So, another product is, andito yung H, tapos, nandito yung bromine, nandito yung CH3. Correct? Tama ba, Josh?
Opo.
Another product yan. Okay. Ang answer dito ay, asan nga yung ano, ayun. Ang answer dito ay ito. Yan. Yan yung sagot. So, mali yung assumption mo nung una. Hi Josh, rinig na ba ulit ako?
Yes, apo.
Okay, ayan. So going back, 'di ba yung sinabi ko nga kanina, lahat ng example kasi natin previously dun sa problem, symmetrical alkene sila. What if we have unsymmetrical alkenes such as this, no? Yung propene, unsymmetrical yan. So, if we will react it with HCl, we can either form one chloropropane, ayan. So, one chloropropane or two chloropropane. In fact, ang only product natin dito ay yung 2-chloropropane lang. So, how did that happen, no? So, we can follow now another rule. I'll introduce to you another rule, ha? The Markov-Nikod's rule. So, di ba, nakakailan na tayo? May side step tayo. We also have this Hoffman elimination product. And then, we now have the Markov-Nikod's rule for addition reactions. So when we say, ito, electrophilic addition to. When we say Markov-Nikod's rule, it states that in the addition of HX to an unsymmetrical alkene, the hydrogen atom adds to the less substituted carbon atom. That is the carbon that has the greater number of hydrogen atoms to begin with. So take note, if you will notice here, yung hydrogen dito, na-add siya dun sa, hindi dito kay 1-chloropropane, dito, ayan. Na-add siya dun sa CH2 side kasi dalawang hydrogen atoms yung nandoon. And then, yung chlorine itself na-add naman dun sa may less hydrogen atom or dun sa may CH3 na side. Another ano dito ha, another easy tagline na matatandaan natin dito, Josh. Ano din to, parang saying when it comes to Markov-Nikod's rule. Sa mga books, mababasa mo rin to. Kahit sa schools, tinuro sa amin ito. The rich gets richer. The rich gets richer. Kung sino yung maraming substituents, siya pa yung magkakaroon ng
What?
another substituent other than the hydrogen. The rich gets richer. So between hydrogen and chlorine, syempre si chlorine yung parang tinitingnan natin kasi siya yung lumilitaw dun sa ano sa structure, right? 'Di ba sa structure, lalo na pag skeletal, we don't usually illustrate the hydrogen, correct? Ngayon, yung heteroatom like halogen, sila yung lumilitaw talaga dun sa structure. Ngayon, siya yung didikit or ma-add dun sa mas marami ng substituent. Okay, there's a reason for this, of course. So, yun na lang muna yung isipin mo. Yung rule of thumb natin for Markov-Nikod's rule. In general, this is the rule itself. The hydrogen atom must be added to the less substituted carbon atom, or it's actually the carbon that has greater number of hydrogen atoms to begin with. So another shortcut nga, the rich gets richer. So the halogen will be added to the carbon wherein the carbon itself has a greater number of substituents to begin with. Okay? So yun yung mangyayari. Very quick na lang, Josh.
Di ba?
So, yun nga, the rich gets richer. Parang kung i-illustrate kasi natin yan, di ba? So, ganito yung propene, tapos plus HCl. Excuse po. So, magiging ganito siya. Hindi siya ganito. Ayan. This will not be formed. Instead, ito lang yung mabubuo, yung only product natin. 1, 2, 3. Ayan. So, di ba? So, nasaan ngayon yung H? Yung H actually, from HCl, nadagdag dun sa either end of your uh, propane, no? Or dun sa kabilang end ng alkene, o the original. So, that is your Markov-Nikod's rule. Okay, so let's move on. So, ano yung basis ng Markov-Nikod's rule? The basis of Markov-Nikod's rule is carbocation stability. So, yan na naman tayo sa carbocation. Ayan, sorry. So, carbocation stability. So, the basis of Markovnikov's rule is the formation of your carbocation in the rate determining step of the mechanism. Recall, di ba Josh, pag umatak na yung alkene, yung nucleophile mo, dun sa electrophilic hydrogen atom in your hydrogen halide, you form a carbocation and that is your intermediate. Tama?
Opo.
Ayan. So ngayon, kung asymmetrical yung alkene or unsymmetrical alkene yon, the hydrogen atom will be added to the less substituted carbon so that you will form more stable and more substituted carbocation. So katulad nito dun sa propene natin. So yung hydrogen atom natin, hindi natin siya i-add dun sa gitna kasi will form a primary carbocation. Instead, no? Yung preferred path natin kapag umatak yung alkene, yung hydrogen atom, dapat pupunta siya or ma-attach siya dun sa carbon na mas maraming hydrogen atom. So which is yung terminal, no, ng propene. So para at least secondary carbocation ang mabubuo natin. So ang shortcut ganito, Josh. The hydrogen atom will be added in such a way that you will form the more stable carbocation. If you can form a tertiary carbocation, why not? No? Kapag inad mo yung hydrogen atom, yun yung piliin mong side. Pero, paano kung primary carbocation
So,
lang?
ganun na
You
kaya
check
ano
for
po ba,
rearrangement.
kaya mas prefer talaga rin talaga yung tertiary. Ito yung
Yeah,
consequence na
oo,
po.
correct. Oo. Para at least tertiary carbocation yung mabubuo mo. Paano, Josh, kapag primary carbocation yung mabubuo, i-check mo kung pwede ka mag-rearrangement. Recall ha, ang rearrangement, it can happen as long as you have carbocation. Pwede ka mag-hydride ship, mag-metal ship, or yung parang yung buong alkyl group, mag-ship. No? So, pwedeng gawin yon. Okay? So, clear ba tayo dito, Josh? So,
Opo.
ang preferred path natin ay secondary carbocation. So, ang shortcut is yung Markovnikov's rule na the rich gets richer or the carbon with the more substituent will get the halogen ay dito ang basis. Carbocation stability kasi siya. Okay? So, with this, we can move sa next slide. Ayan. So, parang ano ba yung reasoning, no? Bakit mas stable yung secondary or tertiary carbocation? For instance, actually na-discuss na natin ito, no? So, i-recall lang din natin siya according to the Hammond postulate. So, the blue path is faster because the formation of the carbocation is an endothermic process. And if we will notice, the transition state to form the more stable secondary carbocation is lower in energy. So, yung pag primary carbocation kasi, which is less stable, mas mataas yung EA na makikita natin. So, therefore, pag mas mataas ang EA, Josh, take note, ano na yan, slower reaction siya. Di ba? Sa kinetics natin, yun yung diniscuss natin na the higher the EA, the slower the reaction. Kasi si EA, siya yung nagdidictate kung gaano kabilis yung reaction mo. So, kung mataas yung energy bump mo, no, yung energy hump rather, syempre, mahihirapan kang mabuo yung products mo. So, slower reaction. So, less stable din yung carbocation na mabubuo. Kumpara dun kay EA ng secondary carbocation. If you will notice here, the secondary carbocation will have lower EA. So therefore, lower energy will be needed to form the secondary carbocation. Thus, faster reaction siya. And at the same time, if you will notice, yung level ng energy ng carbocation mo, primary versus secondary carbocation, lower talaga yung secondary carbocation, more stable pa. What more pa for the tertiary carbocation? Thus, you will prefer the secondary carbocation path versus the primary carbocation. Okay? Tsaka kung maalala mo yung Hammond postulate, 'di ba? Sinasabi niya kung sino yung mas kamukha ng transition state, na pinaka-stable na transition state, siya yung magiging major product natin or preferred path. So, similarly, dahil secondary carbocation, yung mababa yung energy, secondary carbocation transition state, no? Yung transition state dyan, siya din yung magiging kamukha nung mismong major product natin. Thus, siya ang preferred path natin. So, there's another way to interpret this. Ito, ayan. Ayan, we have here another reaction. If you will notice here, propene pa rin pala ito, no? So, propene, pero HBr naman yung inad dito. The 1-bromopropane, very little form, no? Ang mabubuo dyan. Tapos, ang major product natin is si 2-bromopropane. So, bakit doon ulit na dagdag, no? Sa gitna, instead sa dulo, yung bromine. Kasi nga, Markovnikov's rule. So, dapat, yung pinaka-stable na carbocation, siya yung ma-prefer natin na path. If 1-bromopropane kasi yung nabuo, we will be having uh, a primary carbocation here. So this will be less preferred. Kasi nga, if we will notice, it will require you a higher EA, and at the same time, the primary carbocation will have a higher energy. Compare that to your secondary carbocation kapag 2-bromopropane ang mabubuo. Pag 2-bromopropane ang mabubuo, Josh, you notice that the EA is much lower. So, yung EA yan ay mas mababa. And at the same time, yung energy ng intermediate natin na carbocation is much smaller than the than the energy of your primary carbocation. Therefore, mas preferred natin yung second path or yung may secondary carbocation na mabubuo. Okay, tanong ulit, Josh. Paano kung yung secondary carbocation, may way pa tayong mas gawing siyang stable? Can we do that? And how can we do that? Yung secondary carbocation, pwede pa pala siyang mas maging stable pa. How can we do that? Via what? Yes, Josh.
Mas
Is there
maging
an
stable.
is there an instance na yung secondary carbocation, pwede pa natin siyang gawing mas stable? Ano pa ba yung mas stable sa secondary carbocation? Tertiary carbocation. How can we do? How can we transform secondary carbocation to a tertiary carbocation? How can we do that? Kung may mangyayaring... Yes, Josh. Kung may mangyayaring rearrangement, no? If a rearrangement is possible,
Methyl.
so a metal ship or hydride ship is possible. Pakigawa yun, Josh, ha? Yun yung mga tricky part dito. Okay? So, para at least mag-guided ka kung ano yung mga products natin na mabubuo dito. Okay. So, ayan. In addition of Markovnikov's rule, ito yung modern statement ni Markovnikov's rule. Kasi yung sa text ni Markovnikov itself, hindi ko lang pinaste dito, Josh, or prinesent. Ang pinaka-statement niya ay yung hydrogen daw, ano nga yung Markovnikov statement? Ito. Ito yung ano ha, ito yung mismong rule niya. So, take note niya siya. Si Markovnikov ay Russian, definitely. Ang name niya ay Vladimir. Excuse po. Vladimir Markovnikov, 1869. So, a Russian chemist. Tapos, in Russian siya na-publish. Tapos, nag-publish din siya in 1875, German tsaka French na text. Sa German text, ito yung actual na statement or actual Markovnikov's rule. When a hydrocarbon with an asymmetrical structure, so alkene ito, this one refers to alkene, combines with a halogen hydrazine, so this is your hydrogen halide, the halogen adds itself to the less hydrogenated carbon atom. For example, the carbon which is more influenced by the presence of another carbon. Nagets? So, ibig sabihin nun, Josh, yung carbon daw na mas marami pang carbon na nakakabit sa kanya, siya yung makakakuha ng halogen. Okay? Yun talaga yung actual text ng Markovnikov's rule. Ngayon, may modern statement kasi ni Markovnikov's rule. Ito yon. So, ngayon, in any electrophilic addition, this is the modern text for Markovnikov's rule. In any electrophilic addition involving an intermediate carbocation, the more
No?
stable,
No?
more
Nada.
substituted carbocation is formed
Ha?
by addition of the electrophile to the less
Ay.
substituted carbon. Okay? So, take note of that, Joshua.
Nakaka-50.
Yung,
Wait, nag-lesson ako.
yung,
Ano ba? Sige ba?
ayan. Yung electrophile daw ay iaan mo sa less substituted carbon. It means yung hydrogen, kasi siya naman talaga yung electrophile ma-add siya dun sa mas maraming hydrogen or less substituted na carbon. Okay? So for instance, ito yung
Ah,
ayan na yung mismong modern texto. Ito yung modern naiinis ako dito sa nagiging modern statement yan ng Markovnikov's rule. So yan na means the carbon that has more hydrogen atoms to begin with. Okay? And then yung halogen, ma-add siya dun sa carbon na mas substituted or carbon na may less hydrogen to begin with. So, may example dito, draw a stepwise mechanism for the following reaction. We have here 1, 2, 3, 4. So, this is butene. 1 butene. Tapos, 1, 2, 3. 3, 3-dimethyl, 1 butene. No? Tapos, ito yung magiging product natin. Ang product daw ay 1, 2, 3, 4. So, 1, 2. 2 bromo, then 2, 3-dimethyl butane. No? So, gawa natin ng skeletal. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tapos, ito siya. Saan dito yung methyl? Tapos, with HBr. Naging 1, 2, 3, 4. Tapos, bromine dito. And then, methyl. Okay, so paano nabuo yan? Terminal ha, tingnan mo Josh ha. Terminal yung mismong alkene mo, pero yung bromine mo ay na-add dun sa parang carbon 3. So, no need for this. Meron akong slide for the mechanism, Josh. Ayan. Okay. So, ang mangyayari dito, Josh, is, of course, same dito, yung alkene mo, i-attack niya yung electrophilic na hydrogen atom dun sa HBr. Ayan. And then you form the bromide. Okay? So if you will notice here, you form a secondary carbocation. So, pero dahil secondary carbocation lang siya, we can actually form a more stable na carbocation by doing a what? Ano mangyayari, Josh? Tignan mo. Kasi iba yung product mo eh. Ang product mo, ito oh, yung bromine mo nalipat pa dun sa kabila. We can have a what? Yes, Josh, ano nangyari? From secondary carbocation, magkakaroon ng ano? Nakamute. I don't know kung nakamute ka, Josh, or
oh,
yung audio mo ay working din. Ayan, rinig na ulit kita. Ano nangyari dito? Yung secondary carbocation ay na-transform into what? Dapat ang step 2 nito, nucleophilic attack ni bromine ni bromide rather. Kaso lang, ano nangyari? Yeah, may secondary carbocation ka nang nabuo. Ano nangyari dito?
bago ng
Hindi, ano nun nangyari from your secondary carbocation?
nga ba?
Okay, correct. So a metal shift will happen so that you can form a tertiary carbocation. Tapos, tsaka pa lang a-attack yung bromide natin, no? So, nucleophilic attack of your bromide to form the product mentioned a while ago. So, kasi parang ideally, dapat, if we will just follow yung Markovnikov's rule, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, dito mapupunta yung hydrogen, nandito dapat yung bromine. Tapos, dalawang metal dito. Ito, may tanong ako. Itong product na to, Josh, sinunod niya rin naman yung Markovnikov. So, bali, sir, secondary carbocation siya. Mabubuo ba to? Ayan, no? From there.
Yes.
Ayan. Paano kung attack agad siya? Mabubuo ba to? Do we anticipate na mabubuo yung 2-bromo 3,3-dimethyl butane kumpara dun sa 2-bromo 2,3-dimethyl butane? Yes, Josh.
Yes.
Yes, pero hindi siya yung major product. Ang major product natin yung tertiary alkyl halide. That's not the secondary alkyl halide, yung 2-bromo lang, no? 2-bromo 3,3-dimethyl butane. Excuse po. Okay. Yeah, I think we can move dun sa next slide. Ay. Yeah. Okay, so ayan, problems ulit tayo this time with application ng Markovnikov's rule. Screenshot ko lang to, Josh. Ikaw mag-screenshot nung second slide. Alam ko two slides. Ayan, ikaw mag-screenshot ng 4 and 5. So, screenshot mo na to. Okay na, Josh?
Aba. Kailan ba?
Okay, sige. Share ko na yung whiteboard. Tapos, organic. Ako yung mag-paste nung 1 to 3. Ayan, na-paste ko na yung 1 to 3. So, yung kanina ay, ito ang natin. Markovnikov product will prevail. Yan. So, Markovnikov product. So, with that, okay. So, I think we can now answer number 1. I'll start with 1A. Ako magsasagot sa 1A. Wait lang. Ayan. Working pa rin ba yung audio ko, Josh? Rinig ako?
Aba.
Hi, Josh. Rinig ba? Okay, sige. Ayan, may 10 minutes na lang daw tayo. Rejoin ka lang, Josh, ha, kapag naputol, ha? Okay, let's start. I'll do 1A. So for 1A, we have here methyl cyclohexene. Tapos ire-react ko sa HCl. Ayan. Nire-react ko sa HCl. So products lang naman yung required. Pero gawan ko ng mabilis na mechanism. Ayan. Tapos, this time, susundin ko na yung Markovnikov's rule. So, ayan. Na-add na yung hydrogen dun sa less substituted para a more stable na carbocation will be formed, tsaka attack si chlorine, and then you now have our product, which is chloromethyl cyclohexane. Okay, ito na yung end product natin. This will be our major product. In fact, may very minor dito na maliit lang talaga. Yung ito. Yan. Minor lang yan. Or very little. Okay. Sige. Ikaw sa 1B, Josh, and 1C. 1B and 1C, Josh. Saan na yung sagot mo, Josh? 1B. Yan, ganyan siya. Tama. 2-propene. 2-methylpropene. Mhm. And then, yung letter C, kasi gawan na lang kita ng ano. Okay. Go ahead, sige. Kahit yung letter C, yung product na lang yung ibigay mo. Pero yung letter B, sige, pakita mo muna yung mechanism.
Lakas pa ng ulan dito. Kaya lang. Di ba po?
Please continue letter C na rin, Josh.
Metrika lang naman po. Pero ito kasi wala ng ano, wala na po kasi ma-shi-ship.
Yeah, wala na. Yan na yun. Oh, ha? May magshi-ship pa ba diyan? Tertiary carbocation na yun, eh. 'Di ba? Wala na yan, wala nang magshi-ship diyan. Okay. So for number 2, yeah, that's correct. 2-chloro-2-methyl-propane yung mabubuo sa 2. So ito. Tapos dito, H ang madadagdag dito, tapos dito ang chlorine. This is also correct. How about number 2, Josh? Hmm. Number 2, use the Hammond postulate to explain why, ito yon, yung letter B. Letter B reacts faster than 1-propene in electrophilic addition of HX. So, tama ba to? Ay, undo. Explain why CH3C double bond CH2. So, ito yon. Yan. Versus, okay. Parang mas maganda na ganito yung pagkakadrawing. Ayan. Versus, ito lang. Ayan, tama. Explain mo daw yan, Josh. Explain, using the Hammond postulate, explain why your CH32C double bond, CH32C double bond CH2 reacts faster than CH3CH2, CH3CHCH2 with in electrophilic addition of HX. And then number 3, treatment. Gawan ko na rin yung 3 ng parang ano. Ayan, may explanation ka dyan. Maglagay ka explanation mo. Yeah, for number 3, we have here treatment of 3-methyl cyclohexene. So, Okay, ayan Josh.
Opo.
Paki-continue yung number 2.
Bale,
Sa explanation
yung
kasi yung
goal
number
dapat
2, yung number 3 naman, treatment daw of 3-methyl cyclohexene. Oop, ah, okay. 1, 2, so 3. 3-methyl cyclohexene with HCl. Ayan, yields two products. So, paano kaya ito? So, two products daw ito. Okay. Sinabi naman na yung products pala. So, ang products daw ay 1-chloro, 1-methyl cyclohexane. Okay. 1-chloro, 1-methyl cyclohexane. At saka, 1-chloro, okay. 1-chloro, 3-methyl, 1, 2, 3. 3-methyl cyclohexane. Ayan. Sige, Josh. So, you need to provide a mechanism for number 3.
number
Okay. For number two, Josh, explain yan. Explain using Hammond postulate why the first one reacts faster via electrophilic addition of HX
yung isa po
versus
may
your
tertiary.
1-propene.
Kasi may yung isa po tertiary, yung sa tertiary form ng carbocation. Secondary. Bale yung mas mababa yung mababa yung activation faster. Wala ba? Ay, muted pala po ako. Anyway, may ako. Ano yung ito kasi yung ito. F tertiary kasi carbocation.
Okay.
Secondary. So uh lower activation
Mm-hmm.
lower activation.
Mm-hmm. You need to write it down. Pero tama yan. Ayan. Sinusulat na ako. Tinutulungan na kita. Sige. Tama yung sagot mo. You proceed with number 3. Ako na magsusulat dito ng sagot. Proceed with number 3. Aha. Tertiary carbocation, which is more stable.
Clearly nag
Sige, i-ano mo siya. Pakita mo. Okay, tapos na yung number 2. So the left compound will form a tertiary carbocation which is more stable than the secondary carbocation formed from the right compound. Thus, lower EA is needed and faster reaction will happen. Okay, number 3. Where are you, Josh?
Okay.
Ano na nangyari, Josh? Please finish ano na, 3 and 4 so that we can, ay, nasa sa yung 4 and 5, ha? You can face it now, yung 4 and 5. Sorry, yung 5 and 6 pala yun. Yeah. Kasi until 4 na pala to. Supposed to be dapat 5 and 6. Yan.
Oh,
Okay, ayan. Oh, okay. So yung lower, yan yung usual na Markovnikov's rule natin, no? Yung hydrogen ay na dun sa mas malapit na may metal site. Kaya yung carbocation mo ay nandoon sa third position with respect to your metal group. So you form here 1-chloro 3-methyl cyclohexane. Samantalang yung isa ay ayan, correct. Sa number 4, saan daw yung mga possible yung rearrangement? Okay, so for letter A, it's already a tertiary carbocation. So, no rearrangement na ito. Ayan. So, ang final product natin dito ay ito. Pag HBr ka. O ano, yung letter B, Josh. How about letter B? Letter B, Josh?
Ano? Nakaka-ari-ari.
Okay. So, if that is the case, edi no rearrangement. Tapos, ang product na mabubuo ay, tama ba? Ito. Yan lang. How about letter C? Yung letter C, Josh.
Kabayan mo. Ito kasi. Ito pwede.
So for letter C, correct, may rearrangement yan. So this will lead to two products. So we can have uh, this bromine, or we can have this. Ah, hmm, mali pa lang aking ano. Okay, double bond. CH. Okay. Okay, how about letter B? Tama yan. So yung letter B, actually parang halogenation na siya kasi dalawang halogens yan eh. Pero
Parang
similar lang
nagiging
naman din yung
iba kasi
ano.
kapag natanggal, parang
Mhm.
and then
Yeah.
na ba maano dito?
Ayan, yan yung tanong ko sa'yo.
No.
Anong no? Which one will be more, ano dyan? That will be polarized, and which one will bear more partial positive charge, and the other one will bear more partial negative charge, and you can decide which one will be your electrophilic atom there. Sino ba mas mataas ang electronegativity? Yes, Josh.
Ano?
Yeah,
I. Ano si CL, CL.
TCl. So therefore, siya ang partial negative. So you treat iodine as your hydrogen there. Kaya nagkaroon ng modern statement ni Markovnikovs kasi may mga ganyang reaction, Josh. Yes, Josh. How about 5B? Para we can move on na. 5B, 5C, tapos and 6A. 6A. Hmm. Asan yung iodine dyan? Josh, may iodine ka dyan.
Ayaw nga ba? So, mas strong na nucleophile kasi.
Hmm. You treat nga, you treat lang iodine there as your hydrogen.
Kasi magka-form po
Hmm?
siya ng
Bakit magpo-form ng HI?
ayaw nga ba na? Ay,
Ayan, dahil 14 minutes left na lang tayo. Sige,
for me,
tulungan kita
hindi,
dito sa 5B.
kung may ay pala dito.
O, ito yung 5B mo. Hmm.
Kabila pa ng side yung ion pag yung positive.
Ito, partial positive, partial negative. So, attack to, and then donate dito. So, saan natin i-add yung ano? According dun sa general statement ng ano, ng Markovnikovs, yung partially positive, yung electrophile, i-add siya dun sa mas onte, sa mas maraming hydrogen. So, sino yung mas maraming hydrogen or mas less substituted? So, dito yun. So, nandito dapat yung iodine mo. Tapos, ito yung partial positive. Nandito na yung carbocation mo. Tapos, si chloride, yan. May rearrangement pa ba dito, Josh? Ayan, tignan mo to, Josh. Yung nandito, 5B sa baba.
Ano pa may tema?
Hmm. Tingnan mo.
Na
Magre-rearrangement pa
mag-rearrange.
ba siyan?
Hindi,
Pag nilipat ko
gumagana
yung
siya.
metal ko dun sa kabila, secondary
Direct.
carbocation na lang. Wala na yan. Hindi mo na
Pero kung
kailangan.
ganito siya,
Magme-metal ship yan. Ay, oo nga. Kasi nga, para ang mangyayari ay pag magiging geminal si chlorine and iodine. Tama ba ako? Hindi. Mas maganda na magkahiwalay yung mga halogens mo. Kasi malalaking atoms yung mga yan eh. You treat lang yung iodine dito, kaya siya naka-modern statement, Josh. Kung sino yung electrophile mo, kailangan mo siyang i-add dun sa mas less na hydrogen or sa less substituted, more hydrogen or less substituted na uh, carbon. Again sa modern Markovnikov statement, kung sino yung electrophile mo, for this case, it's iodine atom, i-add mo daw siya dun sa carbon na mas maraming hydrogen or less substituted na carbon. And that will be this side. Ito. Kaya automatic na yung kabilang side natin ng alkene, siya yung magiging carbocation. So with this, very simple lang. So a-attack na kagad to dito. Tapos, you'll end up with vicinal halogen. Ayan. Yan na yung sagot.
pero kung dito naman, nakaka-rearrange.
Oo, hindi na yan.
Ganyan. Ganito. Theoretically.
Magme-metal ship. Eh di, hindi. Pag nag-metal ship yan, Josh, ang carbocation mo na kay iodine.
Apa na.
O, di ba? So it's not ideal na i-add mo si iodine dun sa kabila.
Kaya nga, baka hindi na
Or very minor product yan. Pwede. Kung i-add ko dito si iodine. Pero hindi natin susundin yung Markovnikov rule kapag ganun. Yung sabi nga ni Markovnikov, kung sino yung partially positive mo, dapat siya yung ma-add dun sa less substituted carbon or more hydrogen. So tama lang yung positioning na nandito dapat siya. Kasi ito, less substituted carbon to eh. Yan. Or more H. Yan, more hydrogens. Tama lang yan. So yan yung product natin sa 5. How about 5C? Sige, dali. Tapusin na lang natin to before yung mag-end yung meeting. 10 minutes pa daw, Josh. Para we can begin sa another topic sa next meeting natin. By the way, Josh, bago matapos yung meeting natin, ang next meeting na natin, since nag-meet tayo ngayong Saturday, sa Monday na. Clear?
Monday ba?
Sa Monday na. So, pahinga tayo tomorrow, Sunday. So, MWF kita i-meet sa next week. Okay, ito walang problem na. HI na to eh. Okay. Yeah. So, iodine na yan. Okay, correct. So, iodometal na siya. Iodometal cyclopentane. How about 6? Ayan, number 6. Dalawa ang products mo daw sa number 6. Ayan, sinimulan ko na. Then you'll end up with this one. Andito yung hydrogen. Ito. Ayan. Okay. So, ayan, nasimulan ko na yan, Josh, yung 6. Please continue number 6, Josh. Yeah. Para at least, isang slide na ba tayo? Okay. Slide 65. So, mga 50% na tayo ng chapter na to. Dalawa ang products mo. Ayan pa lang yun. Asan yung isang product? Tignan mo, ayun yung tanong, Dalawa yung products mo dyan. Yung isa yung nag-metal shape, tapos yung isa ay yung walang metal shape. So, pwedeng mag-add na kagad dito. Nucleophilic attack agad si chlorine. Wait. I'll use red. Para mabubuo natin yung kabilang product. Ayan. So, yan. Na-explain na natin yung dalawa nating products dito. Okay. So, reshare ko lang yung ating slide. Yeah, we still have 5 minutes left, Josh. No? So, let's just continue. So, ngayon, sa stereochemistry tayo nung electrophilic addition or nung hydrohalogenation. No? So, take note, Josh, no? Yung trigonal planar na carbocation, it has equal probability, no? Kasi two two directions yung pwede mong pag-adan dyan ng nucleophile mo. The nucleophilic attack can happen either above the plane or below the plane. So, therefore, you have as an achiral starting material, no? So, take note, yung achiral starting materials, like what we have mentioned dun sa previous slides natin, no? Sa previous chapters, it shall yield achiral products. Kaso lang, sometimes new stereogenic centers are formed from hydrohalogenation. So this is kind of weird nga ba? Eh, 'di ba? Ano siya eh, parang sinabi dito na yung yung mechanism ni electrophilic addition dahil nagre-require to ng formation ni carbocation. So two directions ang pwede nating magkaroon ng nucleophilic attack, yung above and below the plane ng carbocation natin na intermediate. Tapos with this, may possibility na new stereogenic centers are formed during hydrohalogenation. So example, 2-ethyl-1-pentene. So ito yung example natin, 2-ethyl-1-pentene, 1-pentene. Yan. So that's an achiral starting material, and if this one undergoes hydrohalogenation, you can form 3-chloro-3-methylhexane, which has a new stereogenic center, and therefore you can have two enantiomers here. So yung A and B. A and B are enantiomers. So if that is the case, bakit gano'n, no? Ano yung nangyari dito? So next. So initial addition of H plus occurs from either side of the planar double bond. So the mechanism of hydrohalogenation illustrates why two enantiomers are formed. So pag nagkaroon na ng nucleophilic attack, yung alkene dun sa electrophilic hydrogen natin, dun sa HX, you form a carbocation. Tapos, yung carbocation mo, trigonal planar kasi siya. Okay? So, both modes of addition generate the same achiral carbocation. So, either representation of this carbocation can be used to draw the second step of the mechanism. So, sabi ko nga sa'yo, yung chlorine natin dito, kung HCl2, yung chloride can attack above the carbocation or below the carbocation. No? So, kasi nga equal probability siya. And this one makes you to have a race mate or racemic mixture ang mabubuo pag ganito, no? So, the nucleophilic attack of chloride on the trigonal planar carbocation also occurs from two different directions, forming two products A and B having new stereogenic center. So, A and B, they're actually enantiomers, and since the attack from either direction occurs with equal probability, a race mate or racemic mixture of A and B is formed. Kapag above the carbocation, above the trigonal planar, no? Ang carbocation mo yung attack ni chloride, syn addition ang mangyayari. Kapag below, anti-addition naman siya. And take note, enantiomer sila. So, Josh, ito yung conclusion dito. Ang hydrohalogenation can occur via syn addition or anti-addition. Kasi nga, equal yung probability for you to attack the carbocation. Yung nucleophile natin na halogen, yung halide, pwede siyang umatak above or below the trigonal planar na carbocation. So this makes you to have either the syn addition product or the anti-addition product. Kapag meron kang new stereogenic center na mabubuo, you'll have a race mate. 50% syn addition product, 50% anti-addition product yung mabubuo. Okay? So, achiral pa rin naman yung total mo, no? So, parang pag inano mo, chinek mo, achiral siya. Yun nga lang, may pair of enantiomers ka kasi na nabuo na equal in concentration, 50%, 50% siya. Okay? So, ngayon, kapag nag-add ka, tama ba ito? Last, okay, yeah. Kapag nag-add ka, para matapos lang natin itong slide natin. Pag nag-add ka daw ng HX dun sa 1,2-dimethylcyclohexene, so you form two new stereogenic centers. And if that is the case, apat yung mabubuo mong stereoisomers. And, ayun. So, 1 minute na lang, Josh. We will continue this sa Monday na. Okay? So, ayan. Pero yun yung ano natin dito, parang bottom line. Equal ang chances na yung nucleophilic attack can happen above or below the carbocation plane. Therefore, you'll have a race mate. Kung may mabubuong